Hi guys, welcome back to my channel where I share my spiritual journey, my healing journey, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between, and nothing but authenticity. We are doing a little celebration, guys. As of this October, I am celebrating fully surrendering my life to Christ in my walk, in my spiritual walk and my healing journey. October 2010 is when I was born again. And it's crazy how far you look back, and I was at work earlier today and I was talking to someone that worked there, a young lady, same age as me, but anyways, and we're talking, I was sharing my story, like everything comes natural to me. I'm a evangelist. I plant seeds. So, God just leads me in this world. And so today, I was, sharing stuff like that. And she told me, and I was asking her, so are you saved? Are you born again? I was, asking, have you received the Lord? You know what I mean? And she's like, and she's like, actually, yeah, May will be would have been a year. So, and then I was talking to her how, we have our physical age, right, in this world, and then we have our spiritual age, which is which is when you get born again, you get baptized, you're like a baby. So, and as you grow, as you start your journey with the Lord, and really serving and surrendering your life and your spiritual walk and your healing journey as He leads you, you learning your lessons, and as you learn those lessons, okay, you have to learn them, and then you evolve, okay, and your spirit will keep growing and growing and growing and growing. You know what I mean? So this is why I say I'm celebrating my 15 spiritual year journey, and I'm just thankful. I remember, after my mom passed away, and I was sitting on my, my dad's porch, and I remember I was sitting on my dad's porch at the time, and yeah, I just asked my mom, and I was asked God, like, I remember crying so hard, and like, my situation, I didn't get to have closure with my mom. She just, passed away before I could even talk to her. She had to, just share something with me, and I was helping my dad at the time move, and just busybody, you know what I mean? Before I was really surrendered my life or anything like that. And so, I was always just helping my dad or family, whatever. But anyways, she wanted to tell me something, and I was like, oh, hold on. I'm helping dad right now. But I'll be over there at such and such date, hold on, mom, okay? Blah, blah, blah. And I never got that chance. Hold on. She passed away. And this is part of my journey in the beginning of my walk in 2010. And that's the first thing I had to heal majorly, and I think over time, you guys, the pain's still there, but you just get stronger, and I could talk about that in the journey, yeah. So anyways, I remember, the Lord led me in my spirit, okay, and I had a suitcase. I got my mom cremated, and I just remember saying, go back to Colorado, and the spirit was leading me at the time. I didn't even know this, but I would hear this, you know what I mean? And this is what God's voice was leading me, and God will literally lead you before you even really get saved or you have a relationship with Him, you know what I mean? And you walk, and you just got to pay attention, you know what I mean? And now, like I said, I'm very, very, very led, you guys, because in 15 years, of course, you're going to know. So like I said, 15 years of seeking who I am in the kingdom, and my relationship, and developing a foundation, you guys, a deep, huge foundation, that takes time. And like I said, you could build your relationship, you know what I mean, that's between you and God. And I built a very, very strong relationship. I share everything, you know what I mean? And it seems to, it's just natural. It's a natural relationship, you know what I mean? And like I said, He's the only person that's been there. As a generational Cushbrook, I didn't really have much, have family or my dad, or, I was always the one helping everybody. So I only had God in my life. And I was the chosen elite, the one that called to break the bloodlines, you know what I mean? So everybody was always looking to me, you know what I mean? And and for everything, since I was young, you know what I mean? Anyways, and so that's when 26 years old, when my mom passed away, the Lord's like, okay, it's time. You know what I mean? Like, it's, I was, again, like I said before, I was baptized twice before that, but I wasn't really walking my walk, and until that, after that sudden tragedy with my mom, and I always think, sometimes bad things happen for us to lead us to God, and I look back and I love my mom, and I miss her so much, but if it wasn't her passing, I wouldn't be who I am today. You know what I mean? I know it sounds weird, you know what I mean? Like, but she died, and that's what led me to, to fully surrender. What if, I don't say what if, I would wish she would hear every day, you know what I mean? But, I feel like I believe things happen really bad, or just things in our life that, whatever situation is, I hear a lot of stories, from people I know, and I watch the videos like that, and just testimonies, you know what I mean? Like, and, just different things that gotta lead you, you know what I mean? Like, but, sorry guys, I'm trying to, summarize, I'm working on, need like a better camera. Hold on, guys. Let me wipe this off of my tail. Okay, there we go. But anyways, but I remember that's, what led me, and I'm gonna take it off of the Greyhound. And I remember this, you guys, again, this hippie on the Greyhound. I had $200. I cremated my mom, and I was like excited, you know what I mean? I was like, again, like I said, that 15 years ago, I was like broken, unhealed, you guys, trauma, wounds, generational cycles that I need to break off, like same old patterns, like so much things, you know what I mean? Like, and that I've done 15 years and healed, and it's crazy to look back that far, and how wise and how, I become, and like I said, I was intentionally, seeking God out in my relationship, you guys, and I was broken, like I said, and I'm proud of the person I've become. I'm proud, and I like I said, I share my testimony, my journey, the real, how it is to really serve God when you fully love God. And I share the good, the bad, the ugly, everything, that when you fall down, when you get back up, all this stuff, you know what I mean? Because I want people to show what it really looks like to serve God and to surrender your life and watch God change your life, you know what I mean? And, through a lot of tears, through, sorry, I'm getting emotional, and a lot of, when you surrender your God, I'm a huge, let me tell you, as you hear in my story, breaking all these generational curses and stuff like that, and breaking a generational curse from not just like all the stuff, that's been done, you know what I mean? Like, and for me to be who I am still, I give God the glory, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of, like I said, I'm a huge light, it's like, and so in the beginning, you guys, my mindset was not who I was today. He renewed my mind, you know what I mean? It's that scripture that says, be transformed by the renewal of your mind. And I have to look it up. I have it on my thing, but anyways, and because I didn't have the mindset I had now, and I trained myself very well over these 15 years. And this is where, again, process, as I'll share more, but, and I had to renew, my poverty mindset and replace it with abundant mindset, rich mindset. And, I always share this cup, and speaking affirmations over your life, especially when you come, from a hard past, or, you're breaking generational curses, or, you know what I mean? Like you're going through darkness to get to that light, you know what I mean? And you're healing. So when you heal, you get little, and as you keep healing and removing that shadow, you keep bringing more light, boom, you know what I mean? Like, and like a little beam, bullets, when you do those papers, when you go gun shooting, whatever, and you put the holes in there and the light shines through. Well, that's like healing, you know what I mean? So as you heal, a little piece of light goes through you, and you keep healing and get more, and next thing you know, you're a huge ball of light. So now that's what I did, you guys, but intentionally. So I mean, like, I was so determined to heal. And, once I found out I was, I learned more information about the generational curse breaker and all that stuff, I, took it seriously, you know what I mean? Anyways, and that's what happened. And so, of course, when you're a generational curse breaker, you're powerful, you know what I mean? Like, he changed my mindset before when you're unhealed mindset, you know what I mean? It's like, you could have that victim or that, like, why me, or, or what's wrong with me kind of thing, you know what I mean? Or as you're going through life. But when you heal and you see it through God's eyes, it's the opposite. It's how powerful the devil thinks you know what I mean? How power and how a threat I became because of the kingdom of darkness, And so, come on, light. Hold on one second, you guys. Oh, shoot. Okay. But anyways, and so you see how that works. And so, anyway, so I had so much trial, so much darkness, and again, breaking the generational curse from a toxic warlock narcissist, okay? A lot of black magic on me, heavy, you know what I mean? Like, and all this stuff, you know what I mean? Like, and, a lot of things I didn't deserve, as you could share it, as I speak on it, you know what I mean? Healed, forgave that person, moved forward, got the back up. And, and still, like, with a beautiful heart, you know what I mean? Like, and just, again, just thankful for life, and I noticed, I look back on, through my tears, that's what I dealt with pain, you know what I mean? But, and I just always, was joyous, yes, I could have been in pain. Yes, I could go through things, but I didn't know how not to be, try to be happy, a joy in the middle of that, you know what I mean? Like, and then as I was going on in my walk, I would find scriptures about everything I was doing naturally. I was like, whoa, dance in the rain and dance through the storms, smile through it, you know what I mean? Like, and clap at the devil, you know what I mean? Thank you, and I've learned, you guys, through all my trials, he has to confirm with God before he allows any trials in your life, you know what I mean? So the fact that God will allow him for you to go through that, and still God was like, it reminds me of Job, you know what I mean? Sort of what I went through, you know what I mean? Like, and God allowed him to test me, and I'm still, you know what I mean? Like, even when I was on my hands and knees, like, I was exhausted, I was tired, my spirit was tired, I was just like praising God, I was out here planting seeds. It's just like natural, like not like a robot, but like I was just like, like it's just natural. Like today, I was just like with a girl at the store, and I was just like, it just, I was doing my thing, and I had an opportunity, and it's like, boom, you know what I mean? Like, and that's how, he wants you to be, you know what I mean? And again, I'm someone else, his name is David, and he's blind, he has a dog, and I knew him for years and years and years, like I know so many people around Colorado, okay? So, from evangelists, you know what I mean? Or people that plant seeds. Anyways, and I got to talk to him and catch up, and amazing guy, you know what I mean? And we're talking about gifts, you know what I mean? And it's like how you have to learn and exercise those gifts, you know what I mean? He gives you, you know what I mean? And he also could give you gifts and take them away from you if you use them for evil, Anyways, and so, but, like, yeah, God is just, unbelievable, and I have like so much to talk about and so much to share with my journey. And I just really, I'm very passionate about this. I'm really very passionate about, really helping people heal, and, and to see things are different, you know what I mean? And, there's a lot of old outdated ways that are no longer, as we grow and we heal and this world grows, we got to change with it, you know what I mean? And mindset, you know what I mean? Like old outdated things, and it's like, that's not working. Or, I'll see people like, and they'll believe something, but they'll treat people nasty and stuff like that. It's like, I would never, ever, believe in that. You know what I mean? Like, because the way you present yourself, you know what I mean? And treat me, you know what I mean? Like, and so, or whatever, like, you know what I mean? So, there's just so much, you know what I mean? Like, and, amazing things that I, in my relationship, you know what I mean? Like, and I have not perfect, like I said, I share everything, and the good, the bad, the tears, like, the struggles, like, and I've always held myself really good, but, like I said, I don't know nothing else, you know what I mean? Like I said, I haven't been on my own since I was 17, and, and just figuring these things out with God, and one step at a time, and not, I didn't come from money or anything like that, you guys, and I dig everything from the mud, not even from the mud. I wasn't even healed, okay? So it's like you come to the cross and you're healed, but no, I wasn't even healed, okay? Then I had to go through all that process of healing. Then I could build, you know what I mean, from the mud, you know what I mean? And because you have to build that foundation first, you know what I mean? That's what God taught me in my walk, is I had to build a foundation first with God, you know what I mean? So when we get tempted in this world, that we don't fall. Like, what's that scripture that says, through the winds, and the waves will, to and fro, you know what I mean? Because we don't have a foundation. So, and so he really wanted me this last 15 years to go through all this stuff, and to build a firm foundation with him. We're like this, and just I love what I stand for. It's beautiful, and I love the way when I represent myself on this world, how people feel and the reaction. I love that. I love that he's taught me boundaries in my life, because as an empath, and a chosen and a generation curse breaker, you're the sweetest effing being alive. Can I get a woo woo for all my empaths out there? Okay, you know what I'm talking about. But there's lessons in learning that, you guys. There's lessons in learning being an empath. Okay, and again, a lot of people in my past, a lot of things, I had to learn all these lessons of, not allowing people to run over me, blah blah blah, my kindness, or or people that come in my path. Again, dark is attracted to light. Not the light is not attracted to dark. The dark is attracted. Yeah, go see. You guys hear my narcissist story, okay? Anyways, and so and just just being it's just crazy how simple love, when you really love in this world, how powerful that could be. You know what I mean? And who do you think God is? Love. Love. And if you can master love, it's the highest vibrational gift. You know what I mean? And I was like, Lord, help me master this. You know what I mean? And anyways, throughout my journey, you know what I mean, through the good and the bad, how you love people, how, you know what I mean, like, and these are the things, I ask God in my life. You know what I mean? If you want to serious, and when you pray and ask these things, be ready. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, my journey, like I said, it's not been easy, but I pray these very powerful prayers. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to step in his shoes. I wanted to see a little bit, of how he sees people, you know what I mean? 'Cause, again, in order to do and be a huge evangelist, you know what I mean? Like, you got to be able to see through God's eyes, you know what I mean? And how he loved, and how, you know what I mean? Like, and so, anyways, but he, like I said, it's just been an amazing journey, you know what I mean? Like, and, he moved all fear, all everything in my life, you know what I mean? And there's another scripture for that too. And I'm just like, he's just amazing, you know what I mean? Like, and you just like get free, you know what I mean? Like, he freed me. He broke all those shackles off those chains. I live freely for God. I go, you know what I mean? Like, and in this world, and I do what I love to do for the Lord, and he, just very passionate, you know what I mean? And just, again, I get better and better. And again, 15 years, and I always look at myself and I'm proud, and I always try to give yourself, grace, you know what I mean? Especially if you work hard and you're healing and you're evolving and you're actually changing and stuff like that. Like, I always say, give myself credit. I was the hardest person, always so hard on myself, you guys. And anyways, but I've learned, the new me is learned to give myself so much grace, and just relax. I'm telling you, just peaceful, and, and go at my own pace, and God's journey it's your journey. You know what I mean? Remember, this is your story. You get to write your own story, and who you want in it and who you don't want in it. You know what I mean? And so, it's beautiful. You get to rewrite. Like, I got to rewrite my story. You know what I mean? And I'm very thankful, because the first half I had to go through all this trauma, all this healing from it, all that stuff, all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? And then now I get to sit my healed version and, share with you guys, and in the hopes to inspire you guys. Like, and, yeah, like I said, I fully surrendered my life, and again, I had to teach me. We could do a whole nother video about releasing control of my life to God. You know what I mean? We have no control, and the more you try to control the outcomes, like I share one of my videos about narcissism, they're all about power and control. They have to control the way people see them. They want to control everything. You know what I mean? And God's like, good luck, because God is in control of our life. You know what I mean? Whether we know God, whether we have no relationship with God, God is in control. So that's why I just I surrender. I'm like, okay, whatever, Lord. You know what I mean? Like, your will. And, but anyways, I am just very grateful, you guys. I just wanted to share a little bit, and, like I said, celebrate, for my walk. And it's just been me, and, like I said, hard, and I can't share that enough. You know what I mean? But just everything that I become, I just cannot not see him. You know what I mean? Like, who it's just the tip of it. You know what I mean? Just imagine 15 years and I'm this wise. I always tell myself, just imagine more years. You know what I mean? Like how much more wiser. You know what I mean? Like, or do you think about that? You know what I mean? Like it's like amazing, you know, and just our minds, and it just really cool, you know. And again, very thankful, you guys, to be where I'm at in my life. I'm not where I want to be, of course. You know, I went through so much in my life. You know what I mean? But in my healing part, I'm really proud to be where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like I feel healed, and so healed, and I'm more and more I release, the more I don't know. It's like you just let go of every part of your being, and you really surrender to God. I remember coming to my journey in the beginning, got so worried and anxious, all these things I could tell you guys. And I look at myself now, and you would never think me peaceful and just like, not like, just not in control, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's just unbelievable. Like, I don't know how God, you know what I mean? Like, I just surrendered to God, and he helped me. And I just really wish this for everybody around the world, you know what I mean? And anybody that's been through trauma, or I just really do, and I could cry right now. I wish peace, and I wish love. I pray that. I say a simple little prayer when I'm not in deep prayer, and I'll be like, Lord, I just pray for the world, and I pray for everybody that's going through chaos, Lord, and I pray you touch them wherever they're at. You see what they're going through, just little things like that, you guys. And I, like I said, if you guys see what I went through, and you just see me in this, you know, like who I am now, it's just like, and just still, you know, it's like there's some things going on right now in my background, and that I don't really want to share right now, but and I, you know, I'm just like, okay, Lord, it's in your hands, you know what I mean? Like, and my dad, and yeah, I just, you know what I mean? Like, and so I'm just very thankful, and I just choose to trust God. In 15 years, you know, you learn to let go, you know, and like I healed so much. I don't have tears no more, you know what I mean? It's like the opposite now, you know, and but yeah, just being, you know, helping so many people has really helped me along my journey, you guys. And powerful seed planner, and powerful the kingdom, you know what I mean? And so again, allowing God to renew my mind, you know, and I see things differently, you know. And from the day I came to that cross to where I'm at now, and, you know, working from my shadow side to my healed side, my light. It's so cool because I see these things, right? And when we're in our shadow, we're just dark, you know what I mean? Like, and we see things dark and all that. But then when you heal and you're working from your light version, you know what I mean? Like, you're working from your healed version, so you see things different, and you just mindset, everything's glowing. Get what I'm saying? It's like, and that's why it's so important to heal. It's so important to heal, you know what I mean? Like, and there's a song, it's called I Pray for Your Healing. I pray for your circumstances to change. What's her name? It's a beautiful song. But hold on, let me pray that. And then, so I just want to share this clip. And I want to say, you know, to everybody out there, I love you and bless your heart as a sister from Christ. I pray for your healing, and I dedicate this song to whatever trauma, whatever you've been through in your life. I mean it from my heart, and I just send you lots of love and lots of light. And if I could overcome my life, you could too. And so I want to share this clip with you guys, okay? And try not to get emotional, but I sincerely believe that. I sincerely ask God, you know, and I pray for people, you know, and so they can feel that, you know, and in their life, and feel loved, and that they can love themselves, you know. So here you go. Jesus. Jesus over you. In your hurting, in your sorrow, I will ask my God to move. I speak the name 'cause it's all that I can do. Desperation, I'll seek heaven and pray this for you. I pray for your healing. The circumstances would change. I pray that the fear inside would flee in Jesus' name. I pray that the breakthrough would happen today. I pray miracles over your life in Jesus' name. Jesus' name. Pray over yourself. Pray over yourself. Speak the name of all authority, declaring blessings, every promise He is faithful to keep. Speak the name no grave could ever hold. He is greater, He is stronger, He is the God of possible. I might be flagged or whatever, but that was just a beautiful, perfect song. Again, I pray for your healing, and I send you lots of love and light. I shared a little bit of everything, and because of my kitty. But yeah, I just want to say God bless you guys. Love and light. It's funny because I can't even cry anymore. I've healed so much. I remember in the beginning of my journey, I would just be a ball of mess. So if you're a ball in the beginning, if you really surrender your life and you're a ball of mess, don't worry. As you walk in your journey, all those tears are gonna heal and dry up, honey. And you're gonna feel whole. You're gonna feel like this new effing version of yourself. Freaking version. That's what I'm saying. I can say that, freaking. It's amazing. And again, I just gotta share so much. I know this is a little longer, but celebration, celebrate life, and take your journey seriously. Your spirit is beautiful. It's so beautiful. You know what I mean? It's like, again, it's so beautiful, imperfect. But it's like, once you see, I love everything. I came from brokenness. I was the outcast. I was the underdog. You know what I mean? And God took that. That's what He does. And He'll take you in front of so much people, you know what I mean? And He'll raise you up, the one that everybody counted out, you know what I mean? And just transform you guys. And it's you don't even know. You just go, this happy little person going around helping people, but God sees everybody, you know what I mean? He sees everything, and that's what He did. And so, again, God bless you guys. I send you love and light, and speak life over yourself. Remember, affirmations. Okay, this was me. I had someone custom made this cup, and this is me now, the healed version. Okay, with all of my wings flying, because I was the cocoon. Remember that at the beginning of my journey, that dark cocoon, and the caterpillar went in, and I had to break free into the butterfly. That's through all my healing. Look how beautiful, all the colors, how bright, how much light. You get what I'm saying? And so a lot of those shadow work and stuff like that. But I have Jesus, hope, love, life, kind, just breathe. When I was going through healing my traumas and stuff like that, we're breathe, 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 strong, independent, determined, love, believe, laugh, peace, amazing, confident. You are enough. I can't tell you that, you guys. You are enough. Okay, and say that loud and clear right now if you're watching this. Say it loud and clear. Okay, you are enough. That's for somebody. Okay, I had to tell myself that a lot. I am enough. I am worthy. Okay, that's what I said. As you heal and you evolve, you just you just know who you are, and you know your worth. Okay, and you don't let no one play in it anymore. Love you guys. And I'll see you in my next video, guys. Happy 15 years to me.